two extraordinary revelations on the Israeli barbarism aimed at Qatar, which also happens to be an important ally of the US and the UK. First, Donald Trump has performed a spectacular U-turn on his statement that he made through his White House press secretary yesterday. Effectively, he now admits that he had lied to the world yesterday when he said that he had instructed Steve Witkoff to alert Qatar in advance about the impending attack. And another shocking revelation is the suspected involvement of the UK RAF jet in refueling the Israeli planes that were engaged in the illegal attack on Qatar. Now let's look at these two developments in detail. Remember how this horrible woman from the White House reacted yesterday when a reporter asked her to comment on the Israeli military transgression against a sovereign country? She said that Trump was informed about the attack in advance, and he had then asked Steve Witkoff to inform Qatar about the impending attack.
President Trump immediately directed Special Envoy Witkoff to inform the Qataris of the impending attack, which he did.
She used the word impending, which means an action that was about to happen and hadn't taken place. But the advisor to the Qatari Prime Minister was quick to call out the lies propagated by the White House, as reported by this channel. Soon, Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Jassim Al Thani too spoke to media and bluntly said the US was lying.
The attack happened at 3:46. The first call we had from an American official was at 3:56, which is 10 minutes after the attack. And after that, President Trump has spoken with His Highness the Emir. He condemned the attack.
Realizing that this could land the US in all sorts of mess, given that it has the largest military base in Qatar, Trump went on his social media platform Truth Social to admit for the first time that Witkoff had informed the Qatari government, but he was too late to stop the attack. His words, not mine. This was almost 4 hours after the White House woman had claimed that Witkoff had informed Qatar well in advance about the attack. Trump then wrote that this unfortunate incident could serve as an opportunity for peace. If you ever wanted to see an evidence of Trump's stupidity, this sentence was a shining example. He thinks people are fools, so he can convince them with his nonsensical logic that Israeli war crime and violation of international law was an opportunity for peace. But when this too was beginning to backfire, Trump spoke to media on camera to add a new line that he was very unhappy with the Israeli action. This was the first time he used words like not thrilled about the situation and not a good situation. Up until now, his White House woman was sounding like it was business as usual.
Well, I'm not thrilled. I'm not thrilled about it. I don't have to do that. I'm not thrilled about the whole situation. It's not a good situation. But I will say this, we want the hostages back. But we are not thrilled about the way that went down today.
You were caught by surprise.
I'm never surprised by anything, especially when it comes to the Middle East.
How did you learn about this?
I'll be giving a full statement tomorrow, but I would tell you this. I was very unhappy about it, very unhappy about every aspect. And
it's now up to Qatar to decide how it wants to react against the US. Given its past slavery and lack of self-respect, it's highly unlikely that it will have the courage to do anything meaningful. What's the point of having such wealth, high rises, and having one of the most powerful global media brands in Al Jazeera if you get treated like a stray dog by Israel and its Western backers? Hope Qatar realizes that Trump and other Western politicians are never to be trusted. You trust them at your own peril. Trump said yesterday that Qatar will never be bombed again. And moments later, Israeli ambassador to the US appeared on Fox News to say that Israel will bomb Qatar again. Now you don't have to be a rocket scientist to decide who has the real power between Trump and Israel.
Did you get the targets you were seeking?
If we didn't get them this time, we'll get them the next time.
Elsewhere, it's being widely reported that not just the US But even the UK was suspected to be helping Israel in carrying out the Israeli bombing of Qatar. This is what the Canary news website reported. British academic Ashok Kumar tweeted this flight movement data to ask why was a RAF refueling plane circling Qatar at the time of the Israeli attack. And then watch this video.
Keir Starmer, why was an RAF refueling plane circling Qatar at the time of the Israeli attack? It was an Airbus KC-3 Voyager, serial number ZZ334. What was it doing there? Did it refuel the Israeli fighter jets to carry out this attack? And if so, this is really serious because Qatar is officially an ally of the UK, defensively, culturally, and in many other ways. So surely, if you are assisting another power in attacking one of our allies, does this mean that the UK government is on a war footing? Why are there Chinooks flying across London? Are our embassies closing? So many questions. We know that Trump gave a nod to this attack before it happened. Did you know about it? Well, evidently you did because you sent a refueling plane. What's happening? Are you taking this country to war?
The UK government has not responded to the allegations of its involvement in the Israeli military transgressions on Qatar. But if you pay attention to the statements made by both Keir Starmer and his Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper, you will see they have condemned Israel for violating Qatar's sovereignty, but not violating international law by attacking a sovereign country and a Western ally.
Last night, a Downing Street spokesperson said that the Prime Minister has reiterated his condemnation of the strike by Israel and Doha, and that Israel's actions represent a flagrant violation of Qatar's sovereignty and risks fueling further escalation when the focus should be ending the devastating cycle of violence in the region.
And to make it absolutely clear on where he stands, Starmer is now meeting Israeli war criminal Isaac Herzog later today. This war criminal Herzog had justified the murder of Gaza civilians by Israeli terrorists. No wonder many, including the Green Party, have called for his arrest in the UK. But don't expect too much from the compromised UK Labour politicians. These are the same clowns who have been providing all kinds of military support, including surveillance aircraft, to help Israel's genocidal campaign in Gaza. They have also never missed any opportunity to ensure that Israel doesn't face adverse PR for committing the biggest Holocaust since the Second World War. More recently, the Keir Starmer government officially stated that Israel was not committing a genocide. So what can we expect from these genocidal maniacs? As I said in my last video, Israeli action with the help of its Western backers has effectively killed every single prospect of a ceasefire. This means that there is no hope for the release of the Gaza hostages. No wonder one of the hostages' family members have accused terrorist Netanyahu of signing the death sentence for their loved ones.
But the people who are clearly angry and worried about these developments are the families of the hostages being held in Gaza by Hamas. The mother of one hostage went on social media last night to say that Benjamin Netanyahu had in effect handed her son a death sentence. There isn't much of a ceasefire process or a peace process going on at the minute, and that certainly, as Jeremy Bowen suggested there, is almost dead in the water. All sense of trust has been lost.
Netanyahu knows that most Israelis are loving his savagery and utter depravity. Israelis are able to relate with this derangement. Years of control by demons and monsters over the apartheid Israeli political system have turned the entire Israeli society into psychopaths. That's it for me. Thank you very much for your support of this platform and our journalism on buymeacoffee.com and Patreon. If you do think that our journalism is worth supporting, then you too should consider becoming part of it. Details are there in the description of this video. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, because that's one of the many ways you can support independent journalism. God bless you all.